Let's talk about the state of the market right now. There's a few things going on. Firstly, January and February have been very strong months. Listing, sales activity, buyer activity is super high. Business as usual, similar to the back end of last year. However, I think there's a few things to consider in the market right now because I believe the market may begin to slow down, right? Firstly, global tensions, wars, oil blockages, cost of fuel, global inflationary pressures, I think is going to trigger further interest rate rises in our economy. And that's going to mean that buyers will have less to spend in 3 to 6 months' time. The other thing on the table is the capital gains tax concession. Hasn't even been decided yet. However, I've already seen investors start to plan their exit based on this possibly happening. So that's another thing to consider. What does all of this mean? There is local, national and global uncertainties. And whenever there's uncertainties, the default behavior is to sit back, wait and see. That resistance to change or potential change slows the markets. Now, what's important to note, slowing the market doesn't necessarily mean prices come down. In fact, when interest rates go up, buyers don't leave the market, they just have less to spend. However, if you're a buyer, I think it'd be worth considering buying perhaps the best place that you could afford right now, because you may not be able to have that loan capacity in 3, 6, 12 months' time. And if you're a seller, I think there's no rush to get into the market to sell. But I think it's really important that you're soon to make a decision as to whether you choose to sit back and see what happens nationally, globally, or do you capitalize on a market right now where buyers have more to spend? So I think there's a bit there to unpack, but I think now's the right time to make a decision to either capitalize on a good buy or capitalize on a good sale.